What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the new LEGO Star Wars Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator set 75383 with 640 pieces that retails for $69.99. So this is a cool set that was released for May 4th, again continuing to celebrate the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars with our exclusive minifigure of Saw Gerrera down there. So we get Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator ship, which looks pretty cool here as we see in the Phantom Menace, and then we get 3 figures that go along with it. Of course, Darth Maul to pilot the ship, as well as Qui-Gon and Anakin where he attacks them in the desert. So pretty cool look with this design here. Of course, we have the ship in Tatooine with our twin suns, and overall it looks good. If we spin around to the back, we can see more of the interior of the ship, so we get where we're going to get like the cockpit design that it shows back here, as well as some of the features of the ship itself. And of course, we get Darth Maul on his little speeder attacking Qui-Gon and Anakin, so that looks pretty cool for that. So overall, this is a pretty cool looking ship. I've never had one of these before, so this is something new and different for me, but it looks pretty good carrying out the look of the ship, and I was excited for it. So let's go and take a look at the actual set, starting with the minifigs. So here are our 3 minifigs plus our 4th bonus figure. So first we'll go and start with Qui-Gon. So Qui-Gon looks good. Of course, I've had Qui-Gons like this in the past. I don't really know how much different they look or not, but he's got the long hair piece, so it looks pretty nice with the braid in the back, but still has the long hair coming towards the front. Of course, we get his beard and little mustache and everything there. Of course, lines under his eyes, so showing some older age. And I think he has a printing of more of an angry face, so when he's fighting Darth Maul, that'd be good there. But then he has the poncho over the top, so we just get this fabric material over the top of his Jedi robe. So look pretty nice there for his Jedi robes with the more cream color and tans. Get some brown for the belt, and then brown for his boots coming up to his legs where he's got more of the tan color legs there, so that looks nice. And then of course his green lightsaber in hand. So overall a decent looking Qui-Gon, no issues with that at all. Then we get little Anakin, so of course the younger version of Anakin that we see, who has his cream color outfit on as well, of course from living on Tatooine. We have his little necklace design on, belt around his waist. He's got the small little legs, no movements in him though, so just the standard ones. And then he's got the face printing, so he's got some little freckles around his face with a smile there. I love how he's got the Harry Potter hair piece, but in more of, a blonde color, so that's pretty cool. And then more of a worried or O face there on the back, and I love the printing on the back of his belt there with some pockets, so pretty cool and nice looking design there for little Anakin. Then we of course get Darth Maul to go along with the ship. So Darth Maul looks good here. So there we've got his face. Looks pretty nice with the black and red design. We had his spikes on top, so still using that same piece we've got with figures in the past. Nice yellow eyes in there. And then we have his black outfit. So pretty much just all black minifigure body, but it has the line designs of showing his robes and belt around the waist and all sorts of like the drapings hanging down and stuff in front of him down to his boots, with that printing continuing on the back there for the belt especially. And then he comes with his double-bladed red lightsaber, which is always cool for Darth Maul. And then we get our 25th anniversary figure of Saw Gerrera, so we get the nice display base for 25 years of LEGO Star Wars. And then we get Saw Gerrera, which is the first time in the line, I believe, and that's why we're getting this, but looks pretty good overall. Now, I don't think, any of the Rogue One characters, so this isn't a character I was really, super excited about or really needed, but I think it looks really good. So we get his face there, of course, showing the age and distress of him with his beard and hair, so he's got the black hair there, and more of, an angry face there on the back. Of course, the nice, fabric piece here hanging off the back for his cape, and then his all green armor, which looks cool. Sometimes green, sometimes a bluish color. They went with green on this one, and so a nice big green armor piece. I love the printing all over, showing all his tubes and connection. Of course, he has a breather he has to use from time to time. Of course, missing a hand, so we have a metal hand on this side and his walking stick there in his hand, and it continues down where we see his missing leg as well, so you get some printing there for his metal foot. So pretty nice design with the printing all over it. A little bit of printing on the upper back section, but not much anywhere else for the legs or anything. But I think overall Saul looks pretty good. This is a nice representation of him, so a nice addition. So if we did have the Rogue One characters, that would be a nice addition to it. So pretty good characters overall. Of course, not the most exciting. Besides Saul, we've had all these figures before, so nothing exciting for him, but they go perfectly along with the set. But then we have our Sith Infiltrator, which specifically Darth Maul's calls the Scimitar, which is a modified Star Courier that was a personal ship used by Darth Maul, and it features a spherical cockpit, folding wings, missile launchers, landing gear, and carries 3 DRK-1 probe droids along with his speeder bike. So pretty cool looking design. Of course, it's hard to tell from the designs, from the thing, what color it should be exactly, but they did a combination of the dark gray and lighter gray colors, so it gives you a nice combination, but overall it carries off the look looking shape of the ship with the nice thin point to the front, and then the wider back section where we have the spherical cockpit, as I mentioned, with the wings on the side that do fold open and close, and overall looks nice for that. We have the landing gear in the front, of course, keeping it up in the air, so it sits on this like section back here, but then has the landing gear in the front that do fold down, and when you want to put them up, you can fold them up there so they're up and out of the way. So that's a nice little feature that they just fold up and down with the adjustable legs. But overall, the design looks pretty nice for, like I said, with those combination of colors. And then we do get some features as well. So we'll go and just start at the back. Of course, we do get the foldable wings, as I said. So as it's flying, like especially in hyperspace, the wings do fold open, so we can fold those open just straight there, and then it can fly around like that, which is pretty cool. So it can just fly through space like that. But if it's just flying normally or something, it can fold the wings in, and they can fold all the way in, at least this far, fold all the way in, and that's how it is like when we see it flying a lot of the time. And then we have the cockpit at the back, so we see like the glass here, so obviously see on space, I love the red design for that, with the top piece with some red designs as well. And then we get the back section. I love how we have like engine pieces with the green that sort of glow in there, but we can open it up to see the inside. So we open the hatch up so you can see that, and then this back folds down as well, so it can sort of turn into a landing grip. If you sort of adjust it there, it can fold down like that, and then these sides do open as well, so give you more space into the cockpit of the ship. So we do have Darth Maul's speeder bike in here as well, the blood fin as it's called. So it's like the speeder, we see him flying in as he attacks Qui-Gon and Anakin, so it looks pretty decent for that. And we of course can put him on it. Of course, since it's so thin, it doesn't really like work out the best. You just have to kind of get him on him and then give it his hand on it to hold him on, so kind of like that. So he doesn't really sit on it properly, it's just his hand holding him on there. There's no position to actually sit him in, but he comes speeding in there with his lightsaber to attack. And what's cool, especially if we take his lightsaber out, is that he actually fits in the ship on this, and that's like, how he sits inside of it. So it's nice. We got a control panel in the front here, and of course we see the screen up front where he can see with the red. So obviously he sits a little bit weird for that, but he can kind of slide up in here, so it slides up in, and then it sits down in there, so that's where he sits. And of course you can have Darth Maul in there, and then we can close it up, so close the sides, close the back. Of course, I don't know if I have him positioned properly in there, but you can fold that up and then close it down, so now Darth Maul is inside there, now sitting inside of his ship. So that's pretty neat, but of course it shows you that doesn't fold fully up correctly because of his head in there, so you just have to get him adjusted. But it's nice that you can actually put him in there and he sits on the speeder. So it'd be nice if he just had a separate piece, you could store the speeder and then set them separately. Like when I looked at pictures online of like a cross section of it, it shows that there's a loading bay in the front, so a door that comes down, and that's where the speeder's supposed to sit. But just for this set, they put it back here in the cockpit area, so he just, like I said, sits on that. And if you do that, since we have his lightsaber as well, we can take one of the blades out. So we'll take like the bottom blade, we can hook this up onto the side, so we have the two clips on each side, so you can hang his lightsaber there as well, and it'll still fit. Of course, I don't know how well it'll fit. Yeah, it still fits with him. I didn't know if with the speeder bike how well it would fit in there, but yeah, you can still get that all to fit inside there. So now we have Darth Maul all stored away, so that is pretty cool to have him stored in there. So we can just leave the rest of that. We'll go and leave his lightsaber in there for now. Now we do also have, of course, some shooters on the front here. So we have some spring-loaded missiles that will shoot out the front there. Now to shoot them, you press on these section here, so there's 1 and 2, so it'll shoot off each of them. So you just press on one of them and it shoots it out, so that just released one of them there. So that's pretty nice. I love the hidden button there. Of course, you gotta be careful not to just press it and shoot them off, but I love that hidden button. And then it does also have the 3 probe droids that will drop out. So underneath we do have this little lever that we can pull forward, which will open up a trap door that will release the 3 droids. So you just pull on it and the door opens, releasing the droids. And of course, unfortunately, the way it seems like it's working, it keeps undoing these pieces and falling apart. So I'm not sure why that keeps falling apart like that, but the door opens, so it actually could also be a ramp up into the ship, but it opens that door to release those 3 droids. And of course, these are just little brick build pieces, of course, trying to be those droids that sort of fly around and find Anakin and Qui-Gon and letting Darth Maul know where they are in Tatooine. So it's pretty cool. We got these, and you can reload them back up, so there's a little level here that opens up, showing an area down inside there. So you just drop these in, and again, it reloads them, so you can then open that trap door again and release them once again. So we get those that Darth Maul releases in the movie as well. So overall, I think that's it for the ship. There's not much more to it, just the engines, and I love all the design with the little greebling and everything, filling in all the spots and spaces. And I just think overall the ship looks really cool. This is nice, awesome ship design and carries out the look that we see in the movie, so it works out really good. And of course, coming with our figure of Darth Maul with his speeder bike is always cool, so he can come flying cannon to attack Qui-Gon and Anakin. Very cool set overall, I must say. I really like the design, like the minifigure selection, of course, coming with that Saw Gerrera as well. I think overall it's a good Lego set. But let me know what you thought of it down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with that thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.